Okay guys, okay, this will be a long video, and in this video we'll learn the basic of programming, and basically we're learning basic of Java. First of all, we're learning what is language. The language is a communication media through which we can communicate with each other. What is the programming language? Programming language means the user can talk with Java software. If the user, in which mode, in which way a user can talk with machine or software is called programming language. The main basic things of programming language, that is syntax and semantic. What is the syntax of the programming language and the semantic of the programming language, like that? Then we learn what is Java. Okay, Java is a object oriented programming language. Okay, Java is a object oriented programming language. It is a object oriented programming language. By using Java, we can develop various applications like standalone application, web application, mobile application, gaming application, enterprise application, everything we can create by using the Java. Java is actually developed by Sun Microsystem. Okay, by Sun Microsystem. Java is developed by Sun Microsystem. In the year of 1996, the first version was released in 23rd January 1996. It is developed by James Gosling and his friend under Green Project. The flavor of Java, 4 flavor of Java: Java Standard Edition, Enterprise Edition, Micro Edition, Java FX. FX is not used basically. It some concept about what is the Green Project and the history of Java, how the Green Project was at time, and the history of Java. James Gosling and his friend, what it did in that time. In this project we'll see. And remote, where they're solving a remote, that is solve a problem of common problem, and all the things, there's unnecessary things, we skip it. Then it go forward. Okay, what is platform independent? Okay, what is platform independence in Java? Platform independent means if we write a code in Windows, we can run it in a Linux, run it in Mac. That is platform independent. Means C and C++ are platform dependent, but Java is platform independent. Okay, suppose we write a source code, that is test.java. Then by the Java C compiler, it converted to test.class bytecode. The source code converted into bytecode by the Java C compiler, this compiler. Okay, and dot class file, by the JVM it converted, and it keep the output of the programmer. Okay, In the Java, whenever we write a code, the extension of the code must be .java. .java. That's the most important thing. The extension of the Java is .java. Okay. Now this bytecode will be submitted to JVM, where JVM plays a major role. It converts the .class file into appropriate machine code instruction, appropriate operating system format. So Java is a platform dependent language, but .class file it converted to there is a particular compiler for the different operating system. Different compiler are there. We have to install different compiler for different operating system. That's why the dot class file if we compiling in the Windows, and then we require compiler, Windows compiler. If Mac, the Mac compiler. If Linux, the Linux compiler. And JVM is platform dependent because we have different JVMs for different operating systems. So here JVM will convert the bytecode into appropriate machine code. Instruction are shown in the this bit code converted to bytecode. 8 byte means 8. Okay. Okay. It is the very important question, that is what is the difference between JDK, JRE and JVM and JIT compiler. What is the difference? Okay, this is the important question. You have to say in front of interviewer, JVM is the internal part of JRE. Inside the JDK, JRE plus JDK tools are there, and inside the JRE, JVM plus class library are there. Okay, JDK it stands for Java Development Kit. It is a developer version, so okay, leave it. Okay, one more interview question is what is the difference between compiler and interpreter? Scan the entire program at once. Compiler, what compiler do, what interpreter cannot do. Interpreter means one by one. Compiler means at a time. Okay, will generate all the errors and warning at a time. It will generate exception line by line. Will convert the java.java file to class file and the compiler.java file to class file. But interpreter.class file, but line by line, it take bit time, but compiler not taking bit time. If the error occur, the in case of interpreter, we are getting the error easily, but in compiler, it is we confused, a bit confused. Okay. C++, Java, these languages are using compiler, but Java, Python, JavaScript, so these languages are using interpreter. Understand? JIT compiler, what? JIT compiler, the JIT compiler native method code means the code written in another language. The code which is written in another language, it manages this code, and JIT compiler used to provide the fast code execution because by default interpreter is slow in nature. JIT compiler hold the repeated code instruction and native code instruction and make this code available directly to the interpreter at the time of execution of the code line by line. So the performance of the Java will enhance and user can get quick response. Okay. And one more topic, that is data type. There are two type of data type in Java. Okay, in the base of type, data type, the primitive and another one is reference variable. Primitive variable, that I remember two different primitive data type that hold the value, and reference data type will hold the address of the variable. Yes, if it's easy. A primitive data type is two type, numeric and non-numeric. Numeric means integer decimal, non-numeric means character or boolean. Okay, it is very easy to understand. Okay, integeric and decimal. Integeric means byte short, int long, float double. Okay, very easy. Okay, what is the difference between statically typed and dynamically typed language? The statically typed language means x equal to, suppose the language where data type is compulsory because initializer of the variable is called statically typed language. We can initialize the variable without knowing the data type. Okay, understand? Okay, dynamically typed language var x equal to 10, x equal. We can reinitialize that after time. The dynamically typed language. Okay, what is component? What is components in Java? Okay, everyone it is know what is three type of component in Java. Okay, leave it. Okay, in Java we write public, static, void main. Okay, why you write public? With the description of the main method public, it is access modifier in Java which defines the accessibility labels. That means public means accessible from everywhere. Our main method must declare as public so JVM can access and execute the main method, so the execution of the program will start from the main method. If the main method is not public, then program will compile but it will not be executed. Static. As of now in Java we have only two type of method, static method and non-static method. If the static method is available in the same class where a main method is available, then we can directly call the static method from main method as shown in the program. If a static method is available in another class, not in the class where the main method is present, then we can't call the static method directly. In order to call the static method, class name is required as shown in the program. Okay, like this is the class, this is the main method, and if you want to call the static method that is present inside the welcome class, then we can call the static method by the class name. Remember, it's very important. Okay, our main method must be static, otherwise JVM cannot call the main method. Here JVM can directly call the main method with the help of class name. Okay, understand? The main method is static because JVM when call this method then will directly call the class name. Okay, understand? Why it is void? It is a keyword in Java. We should use void keyword because the name of the method if we don't want to return any kind of value from it. Here the method return type is void, so there is no communication between one method to another method. Addition model is receiving the value but not returning any kind of value. If you want to return same value from the method, then you need to provide appropriate return type so communication would be possible from one model to another. In Java, whenever you want to define any method, return type is compulsory. Okay, in Java, return type is compulsory. It is syntax. Okay, main method. It is the user defined method. Main method is user defined method because user is responsible to write the logic inside the main method. only the name predefined because JVM sorts the name to make entry inside this program. Okay. Understand? String arrays. String is a predefined class in Java available in java.lang package. ARGS an array variable of the type string. Decimal which define the array. Okay. Why main method accept string array as an argument? String array means we have two advantages. It is the array variable, so we can hold multiple value. The type of variable is string type, hence have a wider scope to accept all the different kind of values. Okay, understand? Okay, why main method accepting string array as an argument? Well, we saw, and what is the motto of system.out.println? It is an output statement. By this we write, suppose we want to print something, we write the system.out.println. Okay, you understand? It is a predefined class available in java.lang package. It's a predefined method available in java.io.print string class. It is a reference type. System is a class. System is a predefined class, and out is the reference type of system class of reference variable of print string class available in IO package. It is a predefined method. Println is a predefined method, and system.out is the reference variable. Okay, and this out is present reference variable print string class. Okay, we'll understand. Okay, one by one we'll understand. Write a program, the public class addition system, that is the main method. Okay, public static main and everything like that. Everything is easy. Okay, operator a plus b operands, and sure it is operator. It's very easy and very basic. What is command line argument? Skip it out. Required. How to find out the length of the array in Java? That is very important. Int arr dot length is 5. If it is 0. Okay. How to convert the string into integer? It's very important question. How to convert string into integer? Java software people has provided a predefined class called integer available in java.lang package. This integer class contains a predefined static method called parseInt. I understand. Integer class. Integer is a class. Int is a data type, but integer is a class. Okay. In the integer class, the parseInt is a variable is there. That is its parameter type is string. Okay, this means a predefined accept the single parameter string. It will accept the parameter and convert the string value into type as shown in the below. Okay, public static int parseInt. It's a predefined method. Int value is integer dot parseInt. ParseInt. Understand? integer dot parse integer class dot parse integer method is a static method. Okay, understand that? Static method. That's when you can call this method by the class name. You understand this paper? Public class also you can understand. What is ID? You can use Eclipse ID or IntelliJ ID, whatever your choice you can use. No boundary of that. What is package? We all know what is package. It's not required to say type of package. No, 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 no. Okay, this is all about today, and we'll see in the next class what you do. This all the basics of Java, and this is not the ending. We'll see in next class. So bye bye, take care.